Alright, what's going on YouTube? Cloverbells here, back with another Showdown team building video, and today we're going to be looking at Ho-Oh. So we're getting close to using all the restricteds that can like potentially win you a tournament. I'm not saying the ones that we haven't covered yet can't, but they're a little bit, suboptimal, and I think the next one we're going to do is Pocket, and then I believe that's quite a bit with the low A, high B tier restricteds, right? So anyway, let's go into Ho-Oh here. So Ho-Oh's in a interesting spot in the meta right now. We know its positives, right? It can do well against Zacian. It can do well against Xerneas. Now, yes, it doesn't have a super effective move against Xerneas, but Xerneas can't really do much to it. And the thing with Ho-Oh is that it gets this ability called Regenerator, right? So in a Series 10 format where lots of pivoting is happening, Ho-Oh can benefit from Regenerator because you're just healing it over time and then recycling your Intimidates and your Fake Outs, and you can potentially just wear down your opponent because they may not be able to deal enough damage to Ho-Oh to win the game. So it has positive matchups into those two restricteds, right? And then from there you just have to kind of cover the other big two with Kyogre and Kyogre Shadow covers. I'm not too concerned about like, Yveltal, Eternatus, or Lunala, some of the other good restricteds. Like the rest of the team will cover for those regardless, and you'll just have to, play it as it is, okay? But our goal is the big four. But also, just because like you answer Zacian and you can deal with Xerneas, the thing with Ho-Oh is you have to build your team that can answer the partners of Zacian and Xerneas, because those are the threats to Ho-Oh, not the Zacian, not the Xerneas, okay? Because if we look at a standard Zacian team, right, this is what you have to build your Ho-Oh team to counter. So here, we have Zacian, right? So what's the standard 5 for a Zacian team? Of course, you've got the Fake Out boys, Rillaboom, Incin, alright, Regieleki, okay? Landorus, it doesn't matter, either one, depending on the player, we'll just say that one. And then Urshifu Water, right? This is like the textbook standard Zacian team, okay? And if we look at what Ho-Oh can do well and struggle against, okay, let's see. Alright, we can deal with Zacian, right? We can deal with Rillaboom. These two, not a problem, okay? Incin's the problem, right? Because we just get Intimidate spammed and Ho-Oh deals no damage, okay? This is another problem, Urshifu Water, because Surging Strikes will just pretty much one-shot it, okay? Another one, Regieleki, okay? Also, very super effective against Ho-Oh. Yes, we can live a Thunderbolt, but these things are like sashed and they can just click it again and then you die. Okay, so right here, these three, and then Landorus, right? If it's running a rock move, you can live it, but you don't want to take it, okay? Because you're 4 times weak to it, okay? So these 4, okay? And then there's another 2, right? And honestly, like Xerneas, this is like another standard Xern team, and then maybe you just replace the Incin with something like Volcarona, and then there it is. Like you're not worried about these, okay? You're worried about the other 4, okay? So let's remove this, and let's remove this, okay? So you're worried about the partners, okay? And we don't care about Rillaboom. What are the other 2 that threaten it? Nihilego, okay? We definitely don't want to take a rock move from Nihilego. And also Stakataka, right? So these are like often the common partners of like a Zacian team, a Xerneas team, a Calyrex team, and even some Kyogre teams, alright? Yveltal teams, Pocket teams. These are all like partner mons that will hurt Ho-Oh or like one-shot it. So the way I view it is you have to build your Ho-Oh squad to counter these 6, okay? And the way you, and when you do it, you're gonna counter like Kyogre Shadow and what's the other one? Kyogre anyway. So how are we gonna do this? How do we beat this 6? Okay. So let's go back to Ho-Oh. So I feel like, you know, especially against Kyogre and even against stuff like to a degree and like Water Urshifu and Regieleki, you know, you still gotta have Rillaboom, right? You know, Fake Out's too good, and you know, to be able to like one-shot a Leki and Urshifu is very, very important, right? Because those are two things that give Ho-Oh problems. And then Nihilego, if they're not EV'd to survive Grassy Glide, that's another thing that can just die. Alright, so that's like 3 weaknesses covered right there. Okay, so Rillaboom has to stay here. Alright, and by the way, I'm going to give you 3 versions of a Ho-Oh team that I think are fine, and then 2 like some combination of the 3 teams I give you would give you like a good Ho-Oh squad. So I think all 3 of them are going to be good. Alright, we'll check them out when we build all 3. But anyway, Rillaboom, okay, and of course Regieleki, right? Speed control and helps in the Kyogre matchup as well. Good against the Water Urshifu, and just overall a solid mon to have in Series 10. Okay, so now from here, all right, so we go back to the 6. Okay, what am I looking for? So I need something for like Stakataka, maybe another Nihilego, or definitely an Incineroar check and a Landorus check, right? So I gotta find out what I can do here, and what better mon to use than like Water Urshifu, right? Because first of all, that rounds out your Fire, Water, Grass core, okay? And this will check your Incineroars, does great against Lando, doesn't matter which Lando. Even if they're running Rocky Helmet, you still one-shot it. And Stakataka, right? So I feel like Urshifu is another great partner mon, and this is like a good core 4 right here. Alright, so then from here, okay, now yes, we can have the Assault Vest and have a Dark move, right? Of course, and that's good for Calyrex Shadow, but we're gonna need a little bit more, right? Because it's not quite enough. So I feel like Landorus here is okay, and that gives us Intimidate that we wouldn't have if we don't have Incineroar, right? So I feel like Landorus is good here, and why specifically? Because this kind of Lando that we're going to use is going to have Payback, and Payback can one-shot a Calyrex Shadow, and if we Scarf it, and if we have Regieleki, we can get faster than it and then just destroy it, right? So I feel like Lando's really good, and of course it helps against the Zacian matchup, and it helps against, you know, like Incineroars or other physical mons, like a Groudon. A Groudon's also not going to want to take and Intimidate very well. So I feel like Landorus fits well here, and then also the Xern matchup, just a little bit more security. I feel like Nihilego, our own Nihilego, is good here, because yeah, we can deal with the Xerneas a little bit, but you know, we still want something to hit it with super effective move, and like Nihilego Leki is good there, and it's just another good option to have. And you know, we need a little bit more special attackers, right? Because these are like, you know, physical. All right, so something to pair up with Regieleki, and you know, Beast Boost pressure is always nice. So I feel like this is a solid 6, okay? And if you want, you can really just like put Incineroar here if you're fine with 2 fire types, and this is like a good 6 if you had to use Ho-Oh. But Landorus is totally fine here. All right, and I like it a little bit more in this case. All right, so this is one version. I'm gonna show you 2 other versions, but first let's do the movesets and EVs for this, because some of this will recycle and then copy and paste in the other 2 versions, so it just makes our life easier. Alright, so Ho-Oh, how are we going to do this? So very standard set here: Sacred Fire, Brave Bird, the 2 stab moves. I put Gravity, wow, holy crap. Brave Bird, and then Protect, okay? Now the 3rd move, so you can have Recover here, but a nice tech choice is Whirlwind, okay? Because if you have Safety Goggles, which we're gonna have, what you can do with Ho-Oh is you can get past the Amoonguses and the Volcarona redirections against the Xerneas teams, and then just let it go for Geomancy and just Whirlwind it out of there, and then you're really chilling. Alright, you could do that, Alright, but if you don't want Whirlwind, Recover is totally fine. And it does come in handy, especially, you know, if you're trying to just to like sit there and be bulky. So Recover is very nice, and you don't really need Whirlwind. It's just nice. It's just a nice tech to have, you know. All right, and then from here, Assault Vest, Grassy Glide, Fake Out, and U-turn. Right, pivot move. Okay, and if you want more speed control, then you go with Drum Beating, but we don't have Incineroar here, so I feel like you kind of need the knockoff in this case, because then you have no dark move other than Lando, alright, and that's not very reliable. Alright, here, Mystic Water, of course, because we're gonna sash our Regieleki. Okay, so, very standard set here. We've seen this before. Alright, and then Protect. Okay, Regieleki, Focus Sash, Thunderbolt. Oh, I put Thunder. Ooh! First, let's do Electro Web. Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Pivot Move, and Protect, right? And of course, we don't need to waste any time with this one. It's just going to be straight 252s here. Alright, Nihilego, Power Herb Set. Alright, Sludge Bomb, Meteor Beam, Power Gem for another rock move after we click our Meteor Beam and Protect. Landorus, Scarf It. Alright, Choice Scarf is nice in this format with Lando. So here we go. I said we had Payback. Alright. Here we have... I'm trying to remember right off the top of my head. Rock Slide, U-turn. Okay. And... No, I'm sorry. Wait, whoa. Hold up. Sorry about that. We're gonna go timid here. We're special. We're gonna go timid here, and I'll tell you why. So, Earth Power. All right, good ground move. Sludge Bomb, a little bit more security in the Xerneas matchup, and good for Rillaboom. All right, because you know, sometimes Nihilego is just not reliable to try and take out a Rillaboom. So Sludge Bomb is a Landorus with a Sludge Bomb is always nice, and then this one is U-turn, right? Okay. So we got our set here. All right. So this is a pretty nothing too crazy here, but I feel like this is the way you have to run it. You know, you've got your Zacian check and can deal with Xerneas here. This will deal with Kyogre. These two actually will deal with Kyogre, and this is good against like an opposing Nihilego, an opposing Water Urshifu. All right, because you know these three right here don't wanna, they just don't wanna deal with Water Urshifu, so you kind of need this Rillaboom here. All right, our own Water Urshifu against like Stakataka, Incin, opposing Landorus. All right, Regieleki, extra security, more speed control, good in the Kyogre matchup, good in Calyrex Shadow as well. Nihilego, Incineroar, other flying types. Okay. So, and Poison Move, Xerneas, of course. So, it's nice to have. And then Lando, just to have Intimidate on the team. Alright. Earth Power Sludge Bomb set, for Xern and its partners. Payback for Calyrex Shadow, and then U-turn more pivot. Right, so 1, 2, 3. So, we have 3 mons for pivot, and of course, we hard switch for pivot. So, like, it's a pivoting team. Alright, so how are we going to do this set? So, Ho-Oh, we're going to go Adamant here. Alright, because we like the damage. And for speed, we're just going to go... so 120 will outspeed base 111's like a Tornadus that's not in Tailwind. So we can go 1 above it just because we can outspeed Speed Creepers. Alright, and then from here... we'll just go second bump here, 156, right? Because this is the second bump in the attack set, right? 185, one more bump, 187, skips to 186. We've done this before. All right, we don't really need Spadef. We can just put that there. And then from here, specifically, we'll go 204, and I'll tell you why. Because if you do math, 204 divided by 3 is 68, because Regenerator, you restore a third of your maximum HP. So we're just optimizing our HP number where we get a whole number in Regenerator. So we'll switch out Ho-Oh and we get a 68 HP recovery, right? Because if you do this, like let's say you go 203, alright, that's not optimal because 203 divided by 3 is 67.6667, and Pokemon rounds down, so then you're only getting 67 recovery. So now if you go 68, alright, this is more optimal. So, I mean, if we go 204, then this is more optimal, because then we get 68 HP recovery. If you go 205, suboptimal, because 205 divided by 3 is 68.33333, alright? And that rounds down to 68, so we're just wasting HP now, alright? If you want to get this to 69 recovery, alright, then you get this to 207, and you can do that too, alright? But the reason why we're gonna go with it like this is just so that we can get a 3-hit KO from a Behemoth Blade Zacian, right? And I'll show you that calc right here. Alright, so we go to damage calc. Alright, I think we have it over here. Yeah, so if I go Zacian, alright, blank set. Alright, I'll even show you Jolly and Adamant. So where is it? Jolly, 252, and then Behemoth Blade. Alright. So guaranteed 3-hit KO, of course, and if they're Adamant 252, alright, not most Zacians aren't this strong. If you're someone with Adamant 252 Zacian, I need names. I need names. Alright. Still 3-hit KO. So we optimize it where it's like good bulk that it's a 3-hit KO from a Behemoth Blade. Alright. What about Xerneas Moonblast? So check this out. This is how well Ho-Oh does against Xerneas, okay? So let's go level 50. Alright, of course. I'll even show you Modest, right? We don't care about Timid, because a lot of them are Modest anyway. I don't know too many Timid Xerneas. But anyway, 252, Moonblast. Okay, so look how little that does, okay? So that, let's say they get their Geomancy up. Alright, plus 2 Geo. Bro. I mean, that's still a 3-hit KO, just like Zacian. So you're just chilling, all right. And even if we don't have a Steel type, you know, we just kill this thing. I mean, we can pretty much 2-hit KO it with like Brave Bird, and then like Sacred Fires. So we're chilling in a 1-on-1 against Xerneas itself, even if it gets its Geomancy up. So we're fine there. All right, from here. So again, standard, we'll go with the standard Clover Bells, Rillaboom set. Third bump in the attack stat, optimize HP for grassy terrain recovery. Alright, and then super fast for the fake out, 116 speed. I don't know too many Rillabooms with that much speed, so I always go in confident, Rillaboom versus Rillaboom, that I have the faster fake out. Alright, you might not care and might just go more bulk. And that's fine. I just prefer having that faster fake out. I think it's nice. Alright, but to each their own. This set, okay, same thing. Adamant, Mystic Water, first bump, optimize HP number. Alright. Calced for the Moonblast from Modest Xern. And just to outspeed Serena, right? 125 speed. Okay, Regieleki we already did. Nihilego. Okay, so this actually came up in a previous Showdown video, where like when I Grassy Glided a Nihilego, it lived, and I was shocked. Okay, and I'm trying to, and I wanted to know how the heck did it live. So there is a calc that lets you live Grassy Glide from Rillaboom. Adamant 252, Miracle Seed, and you might think how? It has only 47 defense. There is a way. So first of all, we'll go Timid, max speed it. Alright, and it turns out that 76 investment in defense lets it live Adamant 252, Miracle Seed, Grassy Glide. I'll show you the calc. Alright, and then the rest we dump it into special attack. And it's a nice even number because of our Meteor Beam boost, right? So, let me show you this calc, okay? Because you don't believe me, right? but it happened, and this is what some Nihilegos are calcing for. Okay. I think I already imported it. Let me just check. Yeah, I did. So let's do this. Look at this. Rillaboom. Let's go blank set here. All right, 50. All right, Adamant. Grassy terrain. All right. 252. Grassy glide. All right. And well, first of all, without the item, you could tell. Look, it doesn't KO. Okay, and then now we'll give it the Miracle Seed. Look at that. All right, we live. We live. All right, so I think that's a cool calc. You know, so we're gonna use it. All right. So there's that. All right, and then Landorus. All right, so the thing with Lando here is we're just gonna have enough speed. We're at 149. After an Electroweb, we'll outspeed Calyrex Shadow, and then we'll KO it with Payback. Okay, so then from here we just go into the defenses. All right, and max the special attack, and then some HP bulk. All right, so we have a little bit of bulk and some speed, which I think is nice. So yeah, all right, and our Choice Scarf really helps as well. So you know, might as well. The Choice Scarf in itself will help us. Give me 1 second here. The Choice Scarf in itself will help us outspeed Calyrex Shadow naturally, right? So we don't need the Electroweb. I think I missaid that. So what I meant to say was, with a Choice Scarf, we outspeed Calyrex Shadow at this number, 149. All right. If we didn't have the Choice Scarf, okay, if we were some wacky build like Rocky Helmet, all right, then we need the Electroweb. All right, but sometimes I can't always rely on it, right? So the Choice Scarf is what helps us. All right, I just wanted to re-clarify that because I think I misspoke. All right, so there's our EV spread, right? So this is a standard Ho-Oh squad, and this, I believe, is our first version of a Ho-Oh team, right? Yeah, so I have it like this. Okay, so now let's look at a second version with Ho-Oh that I think is also good, that you can also consider. So we're gonna import this. All right, we're gonna import this. All right. Okay, so another way you can do this is you can remove this Landorus, you can remove Nihilego, okay, and now we can go a different route. So you can go this Lando, first of all, with the Life Orb set. Alright. You can go this Sheer Force, of course, and then just go Timid. Alright, and we're gonna go with our normal spread here. So, Earth Power, Sludge Bomb. Alright. Substitute, no rock move. And I'll tell you why, because the next one is gonna have that rock move. And then here we go Stakataka. So if you're still not confident in your Xern matchup, okay, and you feel like you absolutely need that steel typing, I got you right here, Stakataka. Alright, and Stakataka is like the restricted in itself, right? Stakataka is secretly the threat on the seams. Alright, so I can't stress that enough. Alright, so we'll just do it like this. Yep, right here. And just a little bit of Spadef to live that Regieleki Thunderbolt. Chopley Berry. Okay, because the safety goggles is here. And very standard set. Gyro, Ball, Rock Slide. Alright, Body Press, of course, and Protect. Okay, so good against like Incin and stuff, and just like speed control because, you know, we're kind of slow anyway. Alright, and this is good for Urshifu as well because we're slow too. So like, I like this. Okay, so this is also pretty good. Alright, and this is just like extra Xerneas security, right? So I like this squad a lot as well. and I'll show you a third version. Okay, so once again, we'll fix this. We'll import this. Okay. Alright, we'll import this. Alright, and I'll show you another version that can work as well. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it like this. I believe I remember correct. So instead of no water Urshifu, if you want to improve your Kyogre matchup more, alright, I feel like these two is fine, but if you want more, Gastrodon can help you. Alright? And the thing is, I kinda like Gastrodon is also good, not only against Kyogre, but like Water Urshifu also. So, you know, Gastrodon, the concept of Gastrodon is nice on a whole team specifically. I think overall it's not great, okay, but you know, it's okay on a Ho-Oh team specifically, okay. I do want to say that much. All right, and then here, I feel like, you know, just to help out you don't want to go Lando here because like another ground type, I don't know about double ground, right? Even though Lando is also flying, I feel like this is where you can have Incineroar, right? Okay, because like, you know, Incin with like the fake out boys is pretty good because now you get double fake out, Intimidate, all right. You have speed control with Regieleki and Trick Room from stack, and now you have this is still solid, right? So I like this too. Okay, and then we'll just go Citrus. All right, Flare Blitz, Fake Out, Parting Shot, and Throat Chop, our dark move, right? So now we have a little bit more against the Calyrex Shadow. That's also the main purpose of Incin, okay? So we have a dark type. Alright, so we help out Rillaboom here. Alright, and Stakataka can do well in Calyrex Shadow as well. And we still have our Xern checks. Alright, this is good for Xern and Zacian, and we're just chilling, you know? So, but Gastrodon. So, the thing with Gastrodon, okay, we'll go modest here. We don't really need speed because, you know, it's on the team of Stakataka, but, you know, we'll just get 1 point in there. I do like the first bump at the very least, so like 60. Alright, and then from here, we can just max the defense, and I'll tell you why. And then just go like HP like this. So after a Rindo Berry proc, and after Intimidate, you can survive Miracle Seed, Adamant 252, Rillaboom, Grassy Glide, and that sounds like a lot to do, which is why I don't really like Gastrodon that much, because like, yeah, you'll get a Berry proc, but then you'll live once, but if you don't KO it, he'll just click it again, and then you just die. So like, what good did the Berry do, right? So, it is interesting, and I just want to make sure I did this right. I think I did. But yeah, anyway, Earth Power, Scald, so your 2 stab moves, Ice, Scale Shot, ooh, hold on. So Scald, and then Ice Beam, and then Protect. So this is good against like the Water Urshifu, because it can't really touch it very well. And it's good against Lando I because we have Ice Beam. This is good against Incineroar because we don't care about Intimidate. We're a special attacker and we have like 2 stab moves that's really good against it. And you know, it can help you also in Zacian if you can get some key burns. Alright, so it's not bad, and of course it'll help you in Kyogre. And Regieleki can't do anything to this thing. So Gastrodon has a lot of positives. It's just Rillaboom is a problem. But we're not really worried about Rillaboom if we got a team with Ho-Oh and Incineroar, right? So if you just get your Intimidating, you know, you can't KO it. We'll proc the berry. Alright, the problem is the next turn, you know, you have to KO it with your Flare Blitz and then switch your Gastrodon out for your Ho-Oh. Alright, use a Brain Cell. Don't just let it sit there in front of Rillaboom. Bait the attack, go into your own Incineroar or go into a Ho-Oh, and then this way your Gastrodon will still be fine. Alright, so I feel like on this kind of team, Gastrodon can do well. Alright, And I guess I'll just show you the calc real quick. Because that's the main purpose here. So Gastrodon, where are you? Where's our custom set? Okay, yeah, so we had a little bit more Spadef. Alright, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What was I gonna do? Yeah, Rillaboom. Alright, so you see Grassy Glide. Alright, Adam and 252 Miracle Seed. It pretty much, even after the berry, still has a 75% chance to one-shot it. But if you get in your Intimidate and you drop in a -1, now you live comfortably, okay? So there's that, alright? And that's what you kind of have to do if you want to live against the Rillaboom, right? But I think on this kind of team, Gastrodon can do well, alright? This specific kind of team. So, right here. Alright, and we still have the Stakataka. So I like this. Alright. So now what we're gonna do is for all 3 versions, we're going to use a couple of test battles. I think this one we did 2. This one we'll do 1, and then this one we'll do 1. But I feel like this is how you wanna use the Ho-Oh squads, right? Just check the partners to Zacian, Xerneas, Calyrex Shadows, and Kyogre, right? So I feel like this is the way to do it. There is a 4th way to use Ho-Oh, but I don't want to disclose that because that's the purpose of tomorrow when we showcase our battle video with a collab with another VGC player. All right, but for now, let's just take a look at some of the practice battles. All right, so I mean, you know, this is Kyogre, and I guess this is where Gastrodon would have helped. But for some reason, there's a Cramorant on my screen, and you know, I guess he's like a fan of Pokemon Unite. I don't know what the heck the Indeedee is supposed to do here. I have no idea. Like, if your Psychic Terrain is to deny priority, you already got the Serena, so for what? Maybe it has Shadow Ball for Calyrex Shadow. I haven't the clue. So here, I actually elect not to bring the Ho-Oh. And I feel like my supporting cast is enough to deal with Kyogre, right? So Rillaboom and Aleki will be my lead because I lead Rillaboom no matter what, just to respect the Kyogre lead, right? Aleki, just in case he tries to lead, like, you know, the Indeedee or the Cramorant, or maybe his own Aleki. So I do have that. And then in the back, I actually bring the Nihilego. Maybe not the best bring, but, you know, at least it gives me something for this arena. And then finally the Water Urshifu. Water Urshifu is always good in a Kyogre matchup, and it's good against like their opposing Lando if they decide to bring it, right? So if we let play start, so I lead my 2, and he leads his own Aleki Lando. Okay, so that's a very good lead from him, by the way. Like super good lead because my Rillaboom's intimidated, and now I have to rely on a speed tie with the Aleki. And I'm going to assume this is like a Scarf Lando set with like Sludge Bomb and U-turn and stuff. So, honestly, I just want to get my Aleki out of here, right? Because just in case he has like some Earthquake move, alright, I doubt he does have it, but just in case, you know, I want to get my Aleki out of here. So I opt to Volt Switch here, and just get something else in here. But to my dismay, he actually protects the Aleki. Probably for fake out. I should have anticipated that. I don't know why I didn't just hard switch. And he actually does have Earthquake for some reason in Series 10. Alright, I go for the U-turn, get my Rillaboom out of here because I'm already intimidated. And now I have my Water Urshifu. So now you might say, well, don't you just die to Aleki? No, I don't. I live it. Because I have a lot of Spadef investment. The only way I think I lose is if he's choice specs, but obviously he's not because he's just protected. So here, I just have to get rid of the Aleki, because then I'm not really worried about Lando because my Urshifu can do fine and he can't really KO me. So from here, and I have to keep the Aleki alive for Kyogre, so I'm just gonna go into my own Rillaboom for now. And he goes into Serena, which is interesting. He goes to the E-Web, so he didn't even Thunderbolt. And now I just remove the Aleki completely from the game. Alright. And from here, I anticipate the Lando coming out again. Okay, that is my guess. And he actually goes into Kyogre. Alright, so I can't go for Grassy Glide, obviously. So I have to do something else. Okay, and I'll tell you exactly what I do. So I actually go into Nihilego. I sack it to the gods because I need Rillaboom for the end game. My goal is to remove the Serena, and even though the Water Spout will just kill Nihilego, I'm fine with it because I know that I still have a chance against Serena with what I have left. Alright? So I protect the Urshifu against the Water Spout. He goes for triple Axle, actually. Alright, and of course there's the Water Spout, and down goes Nihilego. Alright? But this is still fine because now what I can do is get my Regieleki in here, and if I Electro Web, okay, I can get speed control and just remove the Serena, okay? So that's my guess. So he protects the Kyogre, which is fine. I E-Webs, alright? And for some reason the Serena was faster. He whiffs the Power Whip, not that it mattered, alright? In the long run, in the grand scheme of things. So I was very surprised to see the Serena outspeed my Urshifu because I made it so that I would outspeed it. Alright, so now we just E-Webs and now we just finished the job here. Kyogre Water Spout is not going to do anything. Alright, and you'll see it right here. Here's the Water Spout and my Urshifu lives. Alright, so down goes Regieleki, but that's fine because I still have the Rillaboom. Alright, and there it is. Okay, and he has his own Lando. So he intimidates my Rillaboom, but that's okay because even from this range, I still can kill this Kyogre, right? I just have to remove this Lando. Alright, and from here, that's exactly what I decide to do. I fake out that thing. I thought the Kyogre would protect, he didn't. And then we just absolutely demolish it. Alright, he can go for his Water Spout here if he wants, but he didn't. He goes for a Thunder for some reason. Alright, and now, I win the game. Right, because Grassy Glide, but for some reason he's Rindo Berry. Why the heck he's Rindo Berry? I have no idea, because I'm just gonna click it again. He Scalds. Alright, that doesn't do anything. Alright, and there it is. So great job on the Rindo Berry, and I even asked him at the end, you know, where's the Mystic Water? I felt like he could have potentially killed my Urshifu if he had it, but I think it was just out of range regardless. And he says it's for Rindo Berry for people like you that use Rillaboom. How'd that work out for you, buddy? It clearly worked, right? You still lost. See, that's the thing. That's like the same Gastrodon situation, right? Alright, you run Rindo Berry for the Rillaboom, but then I just click it again and you still die. So, like, what's the point? Alright, don't do what this guy did. Alright, don't do Rindo Berry Kyogre, please. Like, I don't know. Alright, so let's look at another one. Alright, so now this is another weird one. So this is Reshiram, right? So this is Reshiram Trick Room Sun. So again, my thinking here is, okay, I'm gonna bring Nihilego for sure because like Reshiram is weak to a rock move, Lele's weak to Sludge Bomb, alright, Torkoal's weak to a rock move, and Leafeon is weak to Sludge Bomb. So like he's got 4 things that just hard lose to Nihilego, alright, and the Dusclops, he has to bring it, right? But I have knockoff, so if I remove the Eviolite, I think I'm fine. And of course, Ho-Oh is gonna thrive in the sun. So if he brings the sun, I'm chilling. All right. So yeah, let's start it off. So I actually start off with Rillaboom here. All right, and my Lando just to put pressure immediately. And this is a good lead, right? Because we intimidate the Leafeon, so it's not gonna be doing that much damage, and I can just right away remove the Eviolite from the Dusclops with the knockoff, and that is my goal. So he goes into Lele, which is interesting. Alright, so I U-turn out because I did my job there. I didn't really need to do anything crazy. Alright, I could have Sludge Bombed that slot, and it probably could have killed, but I went for the U-turn just to save my Lando for later. Alright, so we knock off the Eviolite, and then he gets his Trick Room up. So I mean, I'm fine here. I mean, he Pain Splits, which is annoying, but after the U-turn, just to reset my terrain, I get back in my Lando. I whiff the Sacred Fire, which is a little unfortunate, so that sucks, but not the end of the world. He Psychics, we live, because we have a little bit of bulk, even though we're Scarfed. Alright, and he does go for the Nightshade, so he kills our Lando, but that's okay. Alright, because we now Sacred Fire the Lele and remove that. So now we change the terrain back into our Rillaboom, and there's Torkoal. Alright, so yes, he has Trick Room, yes, he can Eruption, but, you know, if I just Fake Out, I burn the Trick Room turn, and then I can still be fine here. Alright, so I take this turn to Fake Out, and he protects, which is the same thing, right? So he does nothing, and I use that turn to get in my Nihilego, because now I know he only has one turn of Trick Room left. Alright, so now VGC played rule number 1, you know, just protect Nihilego. This is your win con against like the Torkoal and potentially Reshiram in the back. But I already know he doesn't have it because I saw the Leafeon, the Dusclops, the Torkoal, and there's the Lele. So I just protect here and just get my Rillaboom now and take the Eruption here. Ho-Oh was just gonna take it just fine. Alright, and now I'm fine because now I can just remove the Dusclops. I don't care about the Torkoal because first of all, I'm gonna call the Protect, and second of all, even if he does Eruption, it's not gonna do much to Ho-Oh. And I think I live with Nihilego anyway. So he does Protect, I call it, I go for Meteor Beam, and it's going to do a lot of damage because I removed the Eviolite already, and then this time we hit the Sacred Fire. And, you know, you might say it's probably safer to Brave Bird there, and it is. But I potentially wanted to catch the Leafeon switch, but then even then, Brave Bird just KOs anyway. So Brave Bird was the safer play there. But I wasn't sure how much Meteor Beam was going to do without the Eviolite. I don't know that calc, but now I do. And knowing that, I probably would have just Brave Birded if I knew Meteor Beam was going to do that much. But the game is pretty much over from here because now he just has a Leafeon here. I did have a brain fart moment and I forgot that the sun was still out and I lost the Nihilego for free. So I would have just protected the Nihilego there and just take out the Leafeon. But I totally forgot the sun was out. Why I forgot, I have no idea. I don't think I had my coffee in the morning. He Eruptions, it doesn't matter. We still have Rillaboom. We can just Fake Out and recover, which is what I do. P Protects, same thing. Alright, and now we just win the game because he can't do 2-on-1. We Brave Bird, that's all I needed. And then we just knock off, and there's the Charcoal. He Fire Blast, doesn't even kill, and then from here he just forfeits, right? So he didn't even bring the Reshiram. So the threat of Lando and Nihilego was enough to convince him not to bring it. I shouldn't have lost a Nihilego there. That was a misplay on my part. I should have just protected, and then I would have just won harder, but even then, it was still a winning position. So, let's look at another one. Alright, this one is Calyrex Shadow, so, with Stakataka, and he has the Incin and the Whimsicott. So, I expect the Incineroar to come here, which is why I'm going to bring the Lando. And I'm going to lead with the Rillaboom and the Lando, just in case he wants to bring his stack, thinking I might bring my stack. Alright, and I feel like I'm always going to lead those two no matter what. Ho-Oh, of course, I'm going to bring in the back. Alright, so here we go. Rillaboom Lando, and he goes Whimsicott Calyrex. Okay, so I'm going to test him here, and I'm going to see if he's been doing his homework and understands that that I can run a dark move. So I protect. I don't want to die to Astral Barrage. And then I just go for knockoff, and the game's over right when in here. So he didn't do his homework. He didn't think I would do that. But here's the Ditto. Transforms into my Rillaboom. That doesn't matter. Alright, because now from here, I just get in my Ho-Oh, and he Grassy Glides. I call that. And I live the Zacian game. I just want to get out here, recycle my Fake Out. Alright, get in the Lando here. And now I'm in a pretty good spot, no matter what. And I know he can't protect here, so... this is always safe. So he goes into Thunderous, that doesn't matter. And I just remove the Ditto, aka the Rillaboom, from play. Alright, and now he has only one turn of Tailwind left. I just protect the Ho-Oh from a Thunder move here. The Gleam doesn't do much. Yeah, he does go for the Thunderbolt, and then I just Sludge Bomb, and there it is. So, you know, the best play for him was to protect there, and then just Tailwind next turn, but even then, he can't touch the Lando. I still win. Alright, because I could easily just swap out the Ho-Oh for Rillaboom. Alright, which is exactly what I do. Assault Vest Rillaboom lives. I miss the Stone Edge, but I get another crack at it if I just Fake Out and I click it again. And there it is, right? Now, if I wanted to play safer, I could have just clicked Sludge Bomb first, and then did the swap, and then Sludge Bomb again. And then, you know, I can even sack hold to the gods and, you know, protect the Lando, and then just so that I can get my Rillaboom back in for Fake Out, and then just Sludge Bomb again, and the game's over. Or Grassy Glide. So I could have did it that way, but you know, I felt confident in Stone Edge. So yeah, that's my thing. I believe when I was testing it, I still had Stone Edge instead of the sub. But yeah, if you want Stone Edge, yeah, go for it. If you like sub, go for it. It really, it's all personal preference. All right. So let's look at one more with the other one. All right. So this one is a little bit more of a standard Calyrex Shadow team. So he leads the Fake Out Boys, and I lead my own Rillaboom and my own stack. So my goal here is to get up Trick Room here. All right. And now it's just a matter of which Fake Out is going first. So again, of course, I'm confident that mine's gonna go first because I have a 116 Rillaboom. All right. So I go for Fake Out on his Rilla just so that I don't get faked out. But then he fakes out my stack, so we trade Fake Outs, which is fine because now I get Trick Room up for free. And then I get in my Incin to intimidate his Rillaboom and Incin. Goes for Glide, that's not gonna do anything, of course. And he Flare Blitzes my Rillaboom thinking, you know, okay, I'm gonna catch him. And now I get the Trick Room up. I am intimidated though, so there's that. But I'm still in a pretty good spot now. Alright, from here, I go for the Body Press just to chip the Incin a little bit. Obviously, I didn't expect it to kill. And reactivate his berry, which is okay. He Parting Shots my stack, so now I'm -2. He gets in his Urshifu. And I Throat Chop thinking, you know, maybe I can catch the Calyrex switch in. But of course, you know, I shouldn't have done that. But I went for it anyway, you know, because you never know. You never know. But why would he switch in Calyrex and Trick Room, right? So at least now I know his fourth. Okay. So of course, he's gonna get in his Incin again and intimidate me again. I'm -3. And I don't want to die to Urshifu, right? So instead, I'm just going to get my Incin out of here. Alright. Actually, I go into Ho-Oh. I get my Incin out of there for Rillaboom. He goes for Fake Out. Now, this is where things got interesting. He could have went into the stack, but he probably didn't care. But yeah, I saved my Incin. And now I have Fake Out. But I expect this thing to protect. Alright. So I still go for it regardless, just to respect it, because I don't want Ho-Oh to die to Surging Strikes. He Parting Shots the Rillaboom, actually. And I do call this swap here, which is why I Brave Bird the other slot. So I did call the Protect there, and I did Brave Bird that, knowing that he could go for that play. So I got that turn right. Alright, and now he gets in his Incineroar. So now Ho-Oh's intimidated. So here's an interesting turn, right? I know Incin has to come here no matter what. Alright, I know that. The question is which slot. Okay? I feel like there's only one turn of Trick Room. At this point, because the Rillaboom's gone, do I really need the Ho-Oh? Alright, I think I do, because it still does okay against Calyrex Shadow. I know it's in the back, but I need to preserve my Rillaboom, because I need something against this Water Urshifu. So I chose to do this. I chose to put Incin here, and keep the Rillaboom in play. Was that a mistake? I think it was. Alright, so I give him the Incin for free. Alright. But I was confident that Incin had to come in there, but which slot? But now I can get in stack and bait the close combat by switching Ho-Oh, which is exactly what happens. And then I can U-turn and get my Rillaboom out of there in case he tries to Flare Blitz, which is exactly what he does. So I did bait that. Alright. So now I'm in an okay spot. Okay? Because now I know I'm going to call something here. He actually Surging Strikes the Ho-Oh, which is why I did this. And I know he can't Fake Out, so I get my free Trick Room. He goes for Snarl. I have no idea why he clicked that. I had to assume that's a misclick or something. I have no idea why he clicked Snarl. I don't have any special attackers left. Maybe he meant Parting Shot. Alright, I'm going to say that was a misclick on his part. But hey, it happens. There's a Detect there. I keep him honest because I don't want to die to Surging Strikes, right? So, and then from here, Body Press. I'm surprised it didn't kill. I'm not intimidated, so I'm surprised it didn't kill. So that must be a bulky Incin or just an unfavorable roll. Alright, and he does Flare Blitz my Rillaboom. It's not bad because the Incin is gone, right? Because now I know he has the Kali left. And there's still Trick Room, so Ho-Oh is gonna go first. Alright, from here I still think this is a winning position. And I know he's not Sash because I know the Sash is on the Eleki. This is Mystic Water Urshifu. So I go for Rock Slide. I knew he would try and protect there, which is why I wanted to get Chip. And there's the Urshifu. It goes down. And now this is all she wrote because he has to get like a triple protect, and that's not going to happen. So we get the dub there. So I made some good plays, and then there was that 1 or 2 turns where were not optimal. Like I got half of it right. But yeah, I think I played more than well enough to win where like Ho-Oh and Stack would just finish the job, right? So there's that. Alright, so now again I'm gonna show you again the 3 pace. So again, this is the first version with the Scarf Lando, with the Dark Move, with Nihilego. I think this is a good solid squad. And then from here it's just like mixing and matching, like which one do you prefer? So we keep the whole Rillaboom and Eleki here, and also the Water Urshifu. And then we put the other Lando and Stakataka. Right, more speed control. And another Steel type. So I think this is good too. And then in the third version, with Incineroar and then Gastrodon. Alright, I don't know how many times you're going to be bringing Gastrodon into a matchup, but I feel like this 5 is good. Alright, so, you know, some combination within these 3 pace would give like the ideal Ho-Oh squad. There is a 4th way to do it, but I'm going to leave that for the battle video. Alright, so let me know which version of these 3 that you like. Hopefully this gives you some ideas on how to use Ho-Oh and what to build around it. Alright, so let me know in the comments, and tomorrow we'll show the battle video with a Ho-Oh squad with another collaboration with a VGC YouTuber. So until then, have a good one.